Instant Sports Paradise. These series of games baffle me. How does it keep getting sequels? Why are people buying this? If you had told me a couple years ago that the Instant Sports series would have over 5 titles under its belt with another one coming this winter, I would have never believed it. However, it must be selling or this small publisher wouldn't be banking so much on it. This time they must have looked at Go Vacation and just said, yeah, let's do that, but worse. It's almost the credo of the Instant Sports series. Now, regular viewers of my videos may know this, but I really enjoy Go Vacation, both for the Wii and the Switch. This title is clearly trying to replicate that, and failing miserably. That's not to say there isn't some amusing games in here, but the fun only lasts a couple minutes and then the monotony kicks in. And the only real meat of this game is the terrible open world sections. This has you exploring an open world from a very awkward angle. I really hated it. It makes traversing the world feel very similar. And while they do give you a map and the ability to jump around the map, it is still a chore to explore. There's nothing in it that made me want to go look around or try and find any secrets. This time there are 17 minigames to play. Sorta. I mean, this is kind of unclear. Even the Nintendo information on this thing says there's 15 games, but I counted 17. 5 of them that were in the open world were too simple to really be called games, but they clearly put that in as a game because they added it up to 15. I just found 2 more. I guess you could say some of them were activities, but then again, some of the main ones you would call activities as well. So let's not go down that road. There are 12 main games that you could choose from though. And in the order they give it in the menu, it is ice cream, walk, wakeboard, wingsuit, jet ski, shell hunt, archery, seaplane, table tennis, mini golf, bowling, and air hockey. In the open world, you can catch bugs, fish, play soccer, use a metal detector, and treasure hunt. The last 2 I couldn't really test because the grind to get the money to buy the detector and shovel was just so high, I refused to waste my time grinding for gold in this game just to experience it. I have done that before, where I have just grinded a game out ridiculously. See Chuck E. Cheese Party Games, I think it was. That was a huge amount of time to get enough tickets just to get one ending. Now, all of these games can be played with multiple people, and if I had anyone who wanted to play this with me, I would have tested that. But once again, I was alone to play this. Ice cream, walk, and shell hunt make no sense on this list. They feel like a let's pad out this list sort of inclusion. Very quickly, they have you making ice cream cones, cooking on a walk, and finding different shells. They're all very simple, and I doubt younger children would even find this fun for long. Archery and bowling are pretty much the normal mainstays for the series, and as you've seen in my other reviews, I usually say that bowling is my favorite, and archery is completely broken. It's because they use motion controls. That works well with bowling, but not with archery, because they don't have a button to reset the center. This time though, they've completely ditched the motion controls, and it makes archery fun to play. Sure, the way the arrows move through the wind is wildly inconsistent, but at least it's playable and enjoyable. Bowling, on the other hand, is one of the most broken games in this whole collection. Since there is no motion controls, you just throw the ball, and you move your avatar's hand back in order to get more power. The problem is the throw is very sensitive, and there's no power meter, so you're never going to know how much power you're putting into something. You're just going to be guessing. It's very frustrating to play. Now, one of the games I actually really enjoyed was mini golf. There are 3 courses with 6 holes each. They're somewhat basic, but they control just fine. Oh look, a power bar. I guess the creators do know what one looks like. So why wasn't this in bowling? The wingsuit defied the laws of gravity by letting you gain height, and it never moved like you would expect in the real world. What kind of sadistic monster makes collectibles next to cliffs? Let's see if these tourists can collect these collectibles. Oh wait, they're gonna crash into it? I guess they're gonna die. This place would be a nightmare with lawsuits. Jet ski. In that mode, you're just going through rings until you find the exit. Even in the most difficult course, it's not that hard to beat. And you're going to want to actually beat all of those courses because, like others in the game, some sections of the open world are blocked off until you beat it. Because that makes total sense in a tourist destination. Blocking off things that tourists could do without proving themselves first. Wakeboard was okay. It has you doing tricks and you can just do weird maneuvers. It was fun for a couple minutes. Seaplane has you shooting balloons out of the sky. That's it. You just keep doing that until the time is up. They do make it a little bit harder by making you refill your ammo, but it loses its appeal really fast. Table tennis is not what you think it is. It's just bouncing a ball up from a paddle. You're not playing against anyone. You just have to swap sides of the paddle when the color of the ball changes. I mean, why not actually create a table tennis game? It just feels like it was the laziest way of doing this. Finally, there's air hockey, which has you blocking the goal from balls. That actually feels like a fair way of doing air hockey. I did like in air hockey when it got more difficult, your paddle to stop the balls got smaller, so it made it really challenging. They do give you goals to do, but these goals are simple, like beat a certain score or catch a certain number of bugs or fish. They reward you with new clothes if you enjoy changing your character. Overall, the whole thing feels rushed. I mean, they put a volcano on the island, which at this point feels like open world minigame requirement, but then they don't fill it up with any lava. You can see the missing texture. Instant Sports Paradise is not good. Most of the games were dull, and even the ones that are not are just okay. It's great that they fixed archery, but it's baffling that they messed up bowling, when all they had to do was add a power meter and not make the controls so sensitive. You should definitely not buy this game, not even on sale. If you're looking for a minigame collection that has an open world to explore, I will always suggest Go Vacation. Even though it rarely goes on sale, it's crazy. It's still at $50 normally. The lowest I've ever seen is $34.99. And that game is a port of a Wii game. Why they don't lower the price on that, I have no idea. But as for this game, this is one paradise that is far from enjoyable, and you should just skip it.